Buffalo has had a strong history involving advocates on both sides of the abortion issue. That includes one time when the eyes of the nation were focused here as the debate spilled out into the streets. Channel 2's Dave McKinley has that story.
In the 50 years since Roe v. Wade, the debate over abortion has not waned. In fact, 30 years ago, ground zero for that debate was right here where I'm standing on Main Street in Buffalo. It was April 1992, and the Spring of Life Offensive, as it was called, brought national attention to the Queen City. Randall Terry of Operation Rescue, welcomed here by then-Mayor Jimmy Griffin, marshaled hundreds of anti-abortion activists to fan out to protest at clinics across the city, only to be met by an even greater number of abortion rights advocates. For more than a week, police were kept busy in their efforts to separate the crowds and try to keep the peace. Vocal yes, violent no, although arrests were made, perhaps the most memorable one involving the Reverend Robert Schenck.
This is a dead baby!
He was charged with disorderly conduct for displaying a fetus under a law that prohibited creating a physically offensive condition, though he would go on for 20 years to fight for the cause.
I was utterly committed to the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
His reaction that the court may now be poised to do so might surprise you.
I now sit with a very different perspective and think that, frankly, it would be a disaster for this country.
Schenck now believes that allowing states to outlaw abortion and, in certain circumstances, possibly making it a punishable crime would be wrong. And though he is still very much pro-life and believes every baby conceived should be welcomed,
the sad reality is that many are not. And to deny that reality and to punish women who face that reality is not Christian. It's simply cruel.
Schenck disavowed the aggressive tactics employed by the groups he once associated with.
The answer is empathy and compassion, concern and generosity.
And he believes it's up to a new type of pro-life movement to make that so for women in crisis pregnancies.
The Supreme Court, the state courts, the state legislatures cannot administer that kind of care for people in crisis.
So what happened? Well, to learn more about why Reverend Schenck came to conclusions much different than the ones he had 30 years ago, read this story on our website, WGRZ.com. And there's more coming up on NBC Nightly News, next at 6:30. Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.